The Promise to the One. Preface. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep. Robert Frost. Think back to when you were a child. Did you have dreams that you would do great things? That you were meant for something magnificent? That you would leave a legacy that would be remembered by future generations? These dreams never go away. They're always present, hidden under the noise of the everyday. Sometimes we are gripped with sudden anxiety, a memory of our childhood ambitions that quickly turns to guilt. This shift results from a fear that we will wake up, or already have woken up, to realize that we are living a life we weren't made to. Maybe fear and guilt aren't strong enough words. Possibly lifelong regret and dissatisfaction are more like it. Facing this reality is like staring at your evil twin and evaluating all their missteps and shortcomings in life in relation to what they could have become, only to realize that you are in fact the twin who didn't stack up. At some moment in your life, you made a subconscious promise to yourself as to whether you would lean into your gifts and develop them and do whatever it took to keep this promise, or whether you would allow life to gobble your ambitions, aspirations, and greatest dreams and stick you in the mediocrity line. And yet here you are, only scratching the surface of your potential, your greatest purposes still unfulfilled. So often we are upset about how the world seems to have broken its promise to us, as if life is just so tough and unfair and filled with unreliable people who are constantly letting us down. The truth of the matter is, our failed commitments are the problem. When we break the promise to ourselves, we have broken our promise to the world. The promise to the one is a reminder of your original promise to yourself about what you would make of your life. It is also a call to action, a call to become a legendary leader by developing an unshakable dedication to magnifying your signature moves, the unique talents you've been given to better your life as well as the lives of your family, community, and even the world. You will receive within the following pages a formula for assessing your past actions, altering your current path, and keeping the promise you once made. This drive towards self-knowledge and purposeful action is the identify, clarify, magnify process that you'll learn in Chapter 2 of this book, a series of simple steps that will completely change the way you live every day from now on. You will go from someone who ends the day wondering what you did and questioning whether it was of any worth in terms of your work and fulfillment, to the type of person who can be counted on for anything and who receives opportunities, has happiness, and lives a life of complete joy and gratitude. You will be the one who is trusted by your peers to give counsel, mentor, and serve on the highest level. You will be the kind of spouse who is cherished and cared for and spoken of lovingly and admiringly, even by your spouse's friends. You will be the kind of mom or dad that every kid would want to have. You will have a career that makes a difference in the world, that serves exponentially, that provides in your stewardship, and that gives you life's great reward of work well done every single day. You will grow your faith and relationship with God and the universe. You'll be able to look in the mirror and love what you see, a fine wine in the aging process, self-loving and self-forgiving. You will learn to master your processes, systems, behaviors, and habits. How can all of this be promised to you in one simple book? Well, it's not a promise I make here. It's just a matter of fact. If you will put into application what you read moving forward, then you will make these changes, really mental shifts, yourself. It's not a promise from me. It's your promise rediscovered in yourself. Leading you on this journey is my life's purpose, one that I've been pursuing ever since I was a child. Even when I went to bed as a kid, I remember lying there looking at the ceiling, saying to myself, I promise to find a way to help others find their greatness. There is a legend in every person. You have signature moves that will change the world if you're willing to magnify them. You have a promise to share them with the world. This is the promise to the one. The Promise Journal. If you're like me, you've found that you have broken many promises to yourself. This book is your wake-up call to the importance of those commitments. Your happiness, your relationships, your career, and your legacy all are at stake. Will you cultivate and share the gifts that you've been given so that you can live out your greatest promise to self, to live out your calling? Oftentimes, the reason we fail to keep these promises is because we simply forget that we made them in the first place. As Friedrich Nietzsche wrote, one must have a good memory to be able to keep the promises one is given. That is why it is crucial for you to buy and begin using a promise journal, in which you'll record and track your promise progress. A promise journal will enable you to become one of the rare individuals and leaders on the planet who diligently and actively keeps the promises you've made to the world. Whether you use a physical book or a digital journal, you'll want to commit to writing in it regularly, to start once per week, and more as the practice becomes integral to your routines and well-being. Have this journal by your side as you read this book, which will guide you through the process of identifying, clarifying, and magnifying your talents, and so living out your promises daily. Beyond being a practical method of mapping your journey, your promise journal will provide the necessary mindset to live the promise at the level you are committing to do so. To begin this process, visit jasonhewlett.com/The Promise Journal Guide to access your free Promise Journal Guide, including a promise process evaluation resource to help you determine your core promises that the journal will help you live out. Discover your greatness, identify and remember your purpose, and live it out to bless the world as only you, the one, can.